Hey, welcome back, guys. Power Book 4's third episode has begun setting the stage for what's going to be a thrilling ride leading up to the mid-season finale. The lines have been drawn in the sand from the CBI crew, the Flynn family, the feds, and of course, Tommy himself, who remains steadfast in his mission to control the drug reins of his new residence, similar to how he did his old one. I'm here to break it all down in typical Top 10 WTF fashion. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop $1 on that Cash App for us. And lastly, a spoiler alert is now in effect for all things power. Here we go. WTF moment number 10, a cop issue. Vic stops by the Chicago Police Department to bail out Simon, his henchman from episode 1 who caught that legendary ass whooping behind Gloria's bar, courtesy of the Chancellor. Simon exclaims that the police picked him up, something that's out of the norm due to the provisions made by the Flynn family with the Chicago PD. Then, we surprisingly discover that not only do the Flynns have cops on the payroll, but their inside man is the same one who confronted Diamond back in the pilot. Vic confronts Officer Bennigan about the arrest, but he informs the underboss that he has an alderman problem, which supersedes his power and authority. WTF moment number 9, product test. Tommy expounds on his collaboration with Liliana and develops a plan to move her excess weight. During their business endeavor, Lily requests a pick-me-up following a long night of cutting. Lacking caffeine, she and Tommy embark on something that we haven't seen the latter indulge in since Power's first book, cocaine. The two hilariously take a few bumps before carrying out their master plan. And though this was a major violation of the late Biggie Smalls' 10 Crack Commandments, it did serve as a hallmark of Tommy's character. And it just wouldn't be complete if he didn't partake. WTF moment number 8, Bennigan's Arnold. Diamond and Jannard have a heated exchange in the park regarding Tommy's presence and their business practices where CBI is concerned. Unbeknownst to the brothers, Officer Bennigan witnessed the entire ordeal and caught the bulk of it on tape. This is critical because Bennigan works directly for the Flynn family, and his intel on the rival crew may prove useful to Walter, especially given the fallout to come. More on that in just a minute. WTF moment number 7, DJ Dumbass. Tommy and Vic pull up on Colin, an associate of Walter's, to conduct a preliminary deal prior to signing off on Tommy's additional business aspirations. Colin immediately portrays himself as an erratic cokehead with a love for dubstep and electronic music, including a female victim of his heavy drug usage to match. Sensing danger upon entry, Tommy and Vic attempt to nix the deal and safely transport the unnamed woman. However, Colin goes full Yosemite Sam and starts waving the banger at the duo, demanding a deal be completed despite the bullshit circumstances. Once Tommy ups his own burner, Colin foolishly makes his move, ending with a gun in his mouth and a bullet in his brain. Salute to Fat Tony, though, not just for making it out alive, but for transcending his own gangster moniker, courtesy of Keto. WTF moment number 6, moving forward. Tommy approaches Diamond and proposes a business meeting with CBI and the Flynns in the interest of expansion. However, Jannard vehemently opposes his brother once Diamond becomes open to Tommy's deal and decides to violently settle the matter for control of CBI once and for all. The two brothers then duke it out in the ring, both trading critical blows before Diamond seemingly gains the advantage over his hot-headed sibling. The key word here, of course, is seemingly, but more on that in a few. WTF moment number 5, history lesson. Tommy finally gets Diamond and the Flynns to the negotiation table, using Gloria's bar as ground zero for discussions. The deal starts off well enough, with Tommy laying out his terms and the benefits of bartering product for control of the North and South sides respectively. However, things go inevitably left once Walter begins operating in the spirit of disrespect, conjuring up ugly history to sabotage the deal. Diamond offers his rebuttals and promptly exits stage left. Tommy then leaves Walter with the cryptic message, "You had a chance here to do something that fucking mattered." Seems like expansion of Chicago's underworld will only take place over Walter's dead body. Luckily for us, though, that's just how Tommy prefers it. WTF moment number 4, Feds watching. Immediately following Tommy's failed partnership with Diamond and the Flynns, we see a federal duo spying on the collective. What lends credence to them being federal agents was Walter's prior warning against the feds building a case against his family. Perhaps even more worrisome is the fact that the feds, to this point, believe Thomas Patrick Egan to be no more following that explosive finale of Ghost Season 1 that left the Chancellor nothing but a pile of ashes as far as the feds were concerned. His spotting outside of the Flynn's establishment could lead to more unwanted attention in his direction. The worst kind, in fact. WTF moment number 3, Chaos and Opportunity. Tommy is vigorously followed by an unknown car following his Flynn foul-up. Once the car cuts him off abruptly, we learn that its owner is none other than Claudia Flynn, someone who Tommy has yet to formally meet. She inquires about his Chicago intentions and cryptically invites him into a business opportunity potentially greater than the one he initially planned. Their relationship could mean the beginning of Tommy's Chicago takeover and the end of the Flynn's old regime as we know it. WTF moment number 2, right down the middle. Elijah meets up with Jannard and congratulates him for, quote, taking a dive in his bout with Diamond. Something that I initially called bullshit on, but was crazy to discover nonetheless. Elijah then warns Jannard that the maneuver officially jeopardizes the unity of CBI, and the fallout would be unavoidable. Then, Jannard assures his comrade that in time, the whole crew will see things his way, leaving Diamond as what he was prior to leaving prison, an island unto himself. And WTF moment number 1, where I come in. In one of the final scenes, Claudia is shown with her female conspirator, marveling over the new quote-unquote mystery drug that will propel her into the future of the underworld. Upon suggesting that her family would be set for years to come due to the drug's influence, Claudia affirms that it is only her that will be the beneficiary of the drug's economic potential, completely removing her family from the fold. This perspective is due largely in part to her father's position on her having no real power within their drug trade. And that excommunication will be his downfall in the end. That is, if cancer doesn't take him off the board first. The chessboard is officially set now. Some lingering thoughts before we end today's video. The title of this episode was Firestarter, and it certainly held several events that are sure to ignite the storyline going forward. Most notably are Vic and Claudia's struggles with Walter, Diamond's fallout with Jannard, and Tommy's fragile alliance with Liliana to run the whole table. Not to mention the federal involvement and potential discovery that Thomas Egan indeed walks the earth. The bombs to come were sparked in this episode, and I, for one, cannot wait until they begin to explode. Jannard's rhetoric towards Diamond during their baseball exchange was a reflection of his true feelings towards him since his release. Diamond has noticeably changed, or as Jannard would say, lost his shit, his cut, his edge. Diamond's insistence on sparing lives as opposed to taking them has created an inevitable wedge between him and his little brother, the latter of which growing increasingly hostile with his elder siblings' refusal to change, similar to the Flynn children's frustration with their father's ancient ways. Chicago is easily the most segregated city in America, so it's interesting that Tommy will be the potential unifying force, no pun intended, between the racially divided crews. As his narrative here rolls along, it's becoming apparent why Chicago was, in fact, the city of choice for it to continue. Tommy made perpetual nods to the reality that he isn't bound by the segregated culture that controls his new environment. And if he does indeed fail in his efforts to make money with everybody, then it'll be war on anybody left outside of the Chancellor's good graces. And God bless those unfortunate individuals should it ever materialize. On the subject of unity, Tommy's alliance with Liliana was as unlikely as any and seemingly inspired his efforts to merge CBI and the Flynns under the umbrella of the almighty dollar. You can see how Tommy thought he could achieve this by viewing the game from his perspective. Liliana was a former cohort turned loose end, and he was able to place their troubled history on the back burner in the interest of self and monetary gain. Unfortunately, he's learning rather quickly that old grudges die hard, and everyone doesn't share his universal point of view within his renewed habitat, not even for the money's sake. Lastly, while we're speaking of Liliana, when did she cake up like that? Don't tell me I was the only one tripping when she had to disrobe to cut that coke with Tommy. I guess milk really does do a body good, along with 8 years of estrangement. But outside of my carnal overtures, I wonder how long she will be an asset to Tommy, because they seemingly make a great team, and Tommy could use as many allies as he can get. And that'll do it for this one. What were your thoughts on Firestarter? Be sure to drop me your opinions in the comments below. As always, I thank you for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends who are Power fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.